I've officially run out of things to talk about. I don't know how these channels can do the same thing over and over again, whether that be gaming or relationships. There's some channels that just talk about marriage for like months and months in a row. It's like they identify with that deeply, like that's part of their identity, and they can't let go of it. They keep making videos about it. So this channel started as like a parasite cleanse channel because it's currently 9 in the morning, and all my life I always slept till 12. So I talked about that in the beginning. That's kind of what inspired the creation of this channel. But now that I talked about it a few times, I don't really want to talk about that anymore because I've said what I wanted to say. I think it's just because I find fault in my reasoning. Like parasite cleanses are great, but content about money is great, but prank videos are great, but so there's always they're having like an Indian wedding here. There's always some sort of deterring factor for me. I always have debates in my head. 1 second I'm all in. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna do really well. I can focus on this for my entire life. But then I do it for like a week and I'm like, oh wait, like I found information about what I'm trying to do that I didn't know before, and this impacts my trajectory, my path pretty hard, so yeah, like it's, how do you call it? I'm trying to keep my frame and not let these people who are in my path deter me from vlogging, because yeah, I'm the Sigma boy here. I'm the alpha. I decide what goes on in this park. But yeah, I get really inspired to do a specific thing, and then I kind of put it away for a while. I kept walking. I was gonna turn left because, yeah, they all started looking at me when they saw my camera. What was I trying to say? This girl was walking behind me and I was like trying to say stuff, but I get anxious, I get shy, because then they're like, ooh, what is this guy doing? And that's fine, it helps for content and shit, but I don't know, I just kind of like don't want to talk while someone's behind me. But yeah, like I'm kind of just ranting right now. Ranting is good, but it has to come from the heart. I thought about making like a ranting channel at one point. I was like, I need to capitalize, or create a whole brand around complaining, because I mean, we're all good at complaining, and people like listening to people complain, especially losers like you love watching people complain. It's like your favorite thing to do. So I mean, there's toxic negativity, but there's also toxic positivity. Like, being too positive and not acknowledging the like negative faults, the negative aspects of life. That's toxic. So, sometimes I try to be too positive about life, and I watch myself back, and I'm like, bro, it's okay to be negative a little bit. So now I'm like self-conscious if anyone's behind me. There was this guy with his dog behind me. But what I was saying is that, I don't know, it's like I'll hop on a trend, in my own head. I'll think it's a good idea. I do it for a little bit, and then I quit. I usually just, once I say whatever I want to say, I just find that I don't need to say it anymore after I said it. And I don't like repeating myself. But guess that's what you gotta do. If there's one thing I could repeat, it's myself. I can repeat my own life. Yeah. They're playing pickleball here. It's funny how like a game for senior citizens became like a professional sport. Like, why not just play tennis? I don't get it. But that's pretty much it. I mean, I rambled for 8 minutes. Can't really find anything else to talk about. It's also very distracting with a lot of people here. There's a lot more people, a lot more things, a lot more activity that interfere with your vibe, interfere with your frequency while you're talking. At least that's how it is for me. I'm like hyper vigilant. This video was about it was a rant. What was the rant about again? Oh yeah, because I made a video the other day about not doing the same thing every day to grow. And that's kind of what this is about. It's just about not repeating yourself. And that's hard to do when you live in a town that's like any town, really, because nothing changes in that town. The only thing that really changes is the people in it and what they decide to do in life. Like, I could have decided to go back to my car Or I could have decided to come to this gazebo and show you guys the water fountain. And you know, we make split decisions all the time, like forking roads that we come across and have to decide between doing one thing or another. And then we reason in our minds like, oh, we should do this because of that reason, or whatever emotional reason we use. And when you do what I do, you've made a lot of, when you do what I do, which is like daily vlog my life, you've kind of made a lot of decisions towards this lifestyle. This doesn't just happen overnight where you just like decide to vlog your life. And I don't know, maybe one day you did decide to wake up and vlog, but for me it was a gradual transition from always choosing love, relationships, women, and going after them and chasing them, going to parties or going to wherever they are, to meet them and talk to them and form relationships. But it was pretty much after high school when I decided, you know what, like, I don't know, what I thought in high school was not like sustainable, I didn't really think about life that much. Like I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, so a lot of my teachings were about just like serving God, and that's the only thing you should worry about, is preaching the good news to people and talking to others about it. But yeah, so I wasn't really focused on work or what I wanted to do with my life. I was just taught that money's not important, And I grew up with poor parents, go figure. Parents that like serve God with their whole heart. And, you kind of have to dance around that lifestyle. You sort of have to come to terms with it and like reason behind why you are the way you are. At least for me. What are those? Oh, those are turtles. Oh my God, I was like, why are there dead chickens or dead ducks on this rock? But they're turtles. Very interesting. There's a turtle over there too. Wow. Super cool. I would have never known that if I went back to my car. There's like an itch that I'm trying to scratch, in the back of my mind. There's something inside of me that I'm trying to get out. I have something to share with the world, and I feel like we all have that. There's something I want to say, but maybe this isn't the right environment. Um, I don't want to go back to my car because then the vibe is my car, and I want the vibe to be this this beautiful park and this beautiful water, even though it's not the cleanest. It's kind of dirty in terms of mud and nature, but I guess I'm always looking for something inspiring and motivating to do or talk about, like this channel. Whenever I find something or discover something new, I get very excited, and I usually tell everyone I know. This parasite cleanse thing, like, it really motivated me to start this channel, and it did change my life. But then you start making decisions with it and telling people and all that, and then other people tend to either disagree or they don't really follow suit. They'll like even disrespect it or tell you you're wrong or give you like something bad about it. And I gotta admit, when the turtle's back. When I first did the cleanse, I wonder if I can get the turtle from here. When I first did the cleanse, like, I almost had a manic episode, and I probably would have had a manic episode if I wasn't on my antipsychotics. Because my mood was very, 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 very elevated. I was so inspired. I started a new channel because of it. And something happened where my mood just got stabilized. I don't know why. I think it might be my medication that I'm on. But then I felt like, man, I wish that elevated mood lasted forever, and that's not a good thing if it did. Because, I'm after that elevated mood. I want to be really happy. I want to be really joyful. I want to be really excited about something. But when that lasts for too long, you can spiral and do something that you'll regret later, something that other people don't find appropriate, or like, that could be a little bit too extreme for your personality. Like, oh, that's out of the ordinary, why did he do that? Because I feel like we all live in an ecosystem where things around you kind of just take shape. And when you cause too much turbulence, when you disturb the pond a little bit, things that relied on you to do what you originally were doing, if they get disturbed by the turbulence that you're causing with the new endeavor or whatever you're doing, and they get defensive, and then they'll I'll be like, you're disturbing me, you're interfering with my pursuit of happiness, and I don't appreciate it. So, yeah, I mean, I really like the idea of prank videos. That was my first inspiration when I saw videos of people doing pranks and stuff on YouTube. I'll put the turtle in the background. You see it right there? When I first saw like prank videos, I was like, oh, that's perfect. Like, you can record interacting with people and talking to them. So that's probably my favorite style of YouTube, is like not necessarily trolling or getting people on their nerves, but like that's kind of where Lorenz came from. I was telling my friend, like, this Lorenz started as a meme because at one point on YouTube I was like, what if I just become like a meme generator, and I like recorded myself coming up with like funny stuff. And I was trying to come up with like the perfect meme to launch it, you know? I was trying to come up with the perfect idea. And then I don't want to explain the joke, because if I explain the joke, it's not going to be funny. But let's just say that people take Lorenz seriously, because it looks serious, you know, people take it seriously. But it's very tongue-in-cheek from my perspective, because like I'm selling a model for $10K. It doesn't fly. It's just like to me, I just laugh every time I get a comment that's like worked up. You know, you get a comment from someone, they're like all worked up about it, and they're like, 10K for what, bro? Or like they'll say something else, like whatever. Or they'll say something about flying cars, how they're not ever going to happen. And it's like, yeah, you know, that's the point. Like, it's to get comments like that, just people interacting, thinking about it, you know, like being the leader in conversation about flying cars. That's sort of the idea behind it, is just you know. And then obviously, like, I can go, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Lorenz Motors content, but I literally have a whole Instagram of just going up to people at Tesla superchargers and asking them if they want to buy it for 10K. You know, and there's a lot of interpretations for what I'm doing. There's one interpretation from my perspective, which is like, it's half serious, half funny. I'm half serious, I'm half joking. You know, if I sell it for 10K, great, I get 10K. But if I don't, I get the content, and I get the views, and I get the likes, and I get the comments, and I get the shares, and I get the saves for saying that it's for sale for 10K. And just like showing off my work, you know, like there's certain things that I've created with for the topic of flying cars, and it just it's fun to make videos. Like that's my main passion. You know, I like making videos, but then my other problem, the first problem that you come across when you're making a video, or when you want to make a video, is what topic do you want to talk about? What do you want to make the video about? So, you know, there's a lot of goals and purposes for what I do with Lorenz. I know that's not what this channel is. This channel is about Worm Warrior, daily vlogging and health and nature and parasite cleanses and all that stuff. But with Lorenz, like, you can kind of, there's a bench over there that this video is kind of getting long though, so I want to end it. I don't want to keep you guys for too long, even though you might be enjoying it. There's a bench over there that I'll sit on tomorrow and just talk to you guys, because it's very isolated from people. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Like and subscribe, comment down below your thoughts, and I'll see you tomorrow.